Prueba de audio. tardes. Buenas tardes a todos. Gracias por venir. Estamos en este evento en el que le queremos dar la bienvenida a nuestros amigos de Estonia. Tere tulemast, Mexicose. Nuestros amigos de Estonia han viajado unos cuantos kilómetros desde esa esquina del mundo hasta la Guamas Capozalco para venir a compartirnos una visión de su país, de su cultura, de su visión del diseño, que en un principio pensábamos que era una visión pues, que nos íbamos a encontrar muy distinta o que iban a tener preocupaciones diversas, y aunque encontramos diferencias, ¿no? Sobre todo en la historia de cada país, en la forma en cómo cada país fue formado y las dificultades que cada país ha tenido, encontramos muchas similitudes, sobre todo en la preocupación del futuro, ¿no? En la preocupación de compartir con nuestros alumnos, con las personas con las que trabajamos, con nuestros colegas, esta preocupación por enfocarnos ahora en la naturaleza, en ver de qué manera podemos cambiar nuestras formas de producir las cosas, podemos cambiar los materiales que utilizamos, las decisiones que tomamos como diseñadores y como gestores de proyectos. Entonces pensamos que podemos tomar mejores decisiones y compartirlo también con nuestra comunidad, ¿no? Ya sea alumnos, ya sean profesores, colegas, ya sean profesionales, que hay otra manera posible de hacer las cosas. A esta visión le hemos llamado el biodiseño, una forma de diseñar en conjunto con la naturaleza, no solo cómo preservamos o cómo pintamos de verde a veces nada más las cosas, sino cómo realmente participamos en conjunto. Muchos de esas intenciones de diseño las encontraremos hoy en día, esta semana y hasta el 8 de marzo, en las vitrinas del L, donde está una muestra de trabajo de 30 proyectos que vienen desde Finlandia, en donde van a ver impresión 3D hecha a partir de colillas de cigarro, un banquito que es el banquito inicial, que está hecho todo con la raíz del hongo, el micelio. Se va a ver perlas hechas a partir de la ceniza, tanto de cigarro como de otras cosas. Entonces hay proyectos muy interesantes. De hecho, terminando aquí la conferencia que nos va a dar la presidenta de la Sociedad de Diseñadores de Estonia, vamos a dar un recorrido en donde Cart y Jus, encargados de montar la exhibición, de diseñar toda la museografía, nos van a ir explicando cada una de las piezas. Así que los invitamos a tener este recorrido junto con nosotros y aprender qué hay detrás de cada una de las piezas. Bueno, les quería contar muy rápidamente la historia de esta colaboración, cómo se da esta colaboración. La Guamos Capozalco ha pertenecido desde el 2021, me parece, a la Organización Mundial del Diseño, con la cual hemos alineado también los objetivos de nuestra licenciatura de diseño industrial, en este enfoque un poco más amplio del diseño, no solo enfocado en los objetos, sino a veces en las personas, en los servicios que les podamos dar a ellos, en la estrategia que puede haber detrás de las cosas. Entonces, al alinearnos con ellos, encontramos que podíamos tener conexiones con otras organizaciones, ¿no? El doctor Marco Ferrusca pues, estaba muy interesado en sacar provecho de esa colaboración con el World Design Organization y se puso en contacto con Ilona directamente para decirle, bueno, ¿qué podemos hacer con ustedes? ¿No? Queremos hacer cosas con ustedes, díganos, ¿qué podemos hacer? Y Ilona muy amablemente nos invitó a participar en el Festival de Diseño de Estonia en el 2022, septiembre del 2022. Así que llevamos un grupo de estudiantes del integral, de la licenciatura en diseño industrial, a que visitara Estonia, a que montaran sus trabajos por allá, a que platicaran con la gente, se fondearan, vieran otra perspectiva. Y fue increíble, ¿no? Se apoderaron los alumnos de los karaokes de por allá, echaron mucho relajo, pero también conocieron nuevos amigos, conocieron personas que estaban trabajando similar a los intereses que tenían ellos en el integral. Así que fue muy enriquecedora esa colaboración y bueno, platicando con Ilona y con las demás personas con las que estuvimos involucrados, decidimos darle seguimiento a esa colaboración. Así que este año, con el apoyo de la dirección, un gran apoyo que nos han dado para que esto suceda y con toda la intención de abrir este encargo de la vinculación en nuestra división, abrirla internacionalmente, pues es que los invitamos a venir a México y a que pudiéramos participar de este evento. Así que bueno, así fueron los antecedentes de esta colaboración. Estamos muy contentos de que se pudiera dar. Y muy rápidamente les recuerdo que tendremos actividades desde el día de hoy hasta el próximo miércoles. El día de hoy será esta inauguración en donde Ilona nos va a compartir en inglés. Todavía su español va poquito a poquito. Pero nos va a compartir en inglés la situación de Estonia hoy en día, en dónde está, porque muchos ni sabemos dónde se encuentra. Nos va a hablar del diseño estonio, perdón, y bueno, pues cómo se ha dado también un poco esta colaboración. Entonces vamos a tener una pequeña conferencia de unos 20 minutos y al final habrá preguntas y respuestas, ¿no? Yo estaré apoyando también si quieren hacer preguntas y necesitan traducción, con mucho gusto vamos apoyando. Y le voy a ceder el micrófono primero al director de nuestra división para que nos ayude a inaugurar también el evento oficialmente y que podamos bueno, pues darle la bienvenida a nuestros amigos de Estonia. Thank you for being over here. We really appreciate that you made all this travel from that corner of the world into this other corner until Guamas, Capozalco. I know that it's very heated in Mexico City. We really appreciate your efforts for coming, for organizing the workshops, for collaborating with our students, for sending us the drawings of the exhibition, for bringing all your stuff from Estonia, sorry, and yeah, having the great attitude for collaborating with us. Thank you so much. Aita.
Muchas gracias, Sergio. Muchas gracias por estar aquí. Thank you, people from Estonia, our new friends, I will say. Me gustaría agradecer mucho a Sergio todo el seguimiento que ha dado desde el 2021, desde los primeros acercamientos que han tenido juntos y que ha venido trabajando, y la misión que tiene esta coordinación de vinculaciones, efectivamente abrirse no solo al interior sino al exterior. Se está haciendo. Muchas felicidades, Sergio, y muchas gracias a todos por estar aquí. Yo les quiero decir que efectivamente uno de los elementos al parecer más importante sería el idioma. Yo quiero proponerles que pensemos que el idioma no es una barrera y que ahorita podemos y podremos entendernos, y que ustedes, compañeros, compañeras, profesores, profesoras que están aquí, que se mezclen, que hagan un poco de esta relación con el lenguaje común que es el diseño y las inquietudes que tienen. Entonces, a partir de ello, hacer y hacer más. Entonces, bueno, felicidades, y pues queremos dar por inaugurado este magnífico evento, y que se engalana la universidad dándoles la bienvenida a todos ustedes. Y bueno, pues adelante con los trabajos, pues siendo las 15:23, se da por inaugurado este evento de el diseño de Estonia en la Guamas, Capozalco y en México. Muchas gracias. Thank you, very thank you.
Gracias. Pues ahora voy a dar la palabra a Ilona Gurjanova. Ella viene de Estonia. Es la presidenta de la Asociación de Diseñadores de Estonia. Y bueno, pues ha estado desarrollando estos eventos, la participación del diseño de Estonia en diferentes países. La exhibición que tenemos ahorita se va a ir después de aquí a la Bienal de Venecia. Entonces, pues es una gran exhibición, una gran representación del trabajo de por allá. Y bueno, pues tiene algunas cosas de las personas que nos acompañan. Déjenme también los presento rápidamente. Kirke Tartar trabaja junto con Ilona, ¿no?, en la Sociedad de Diseñadores de Estonia. Red Aus, tuvimos la fortuna de conocer su trabajo esta mañana. Gran diseñadora de modas. Déjenme les presumo, mis pantalones son de ella. Last season, but they are still my pants. Then we have Kart Ollave, that together with Juice, they were organizing the exhibition and mounting the museography. Thank you. Rina is going to give us a workshop on biomaterials. Rina Ohm. Marta Kolovanov. She will teach us about mending fashion. And then we have Marie Vigmar. And she's going to teach us some robotics without circuits. No? Okay, so I guess that's all. I'm lacking one. No? That's all. So I'm going to give the microphone to Ilona. We'll switch to English over here. And she's going to introduce us about Estonia and Estonian design. Welcome.
No, a little bit less. Yes, this is. Thank you, Sergio, and thank you very much, Director of the University and the University team for helping us to organize this event far from home. And I would like to make a big applause to the students who helped organize all these events. And let's go to say some words about Estonia. Exotic for you, like Mexico is exotic for us. I'm also a designer, mostly graphical designer and strategic designer. And here I represent Estonian Association of Designers and also Academy of Art. So as we got the proposal for cooperation, I contacted Academy of Art, and here we are with two organizations. Now, where is Estonia is situated? Maybe you know where Finland is. Maybe you know where Russia is, because more and more in television you can see a map with Russia and Ukraine. So we are neighbors with Russia, and we are neighbors with Finland. So we are North Europe, and there on the left you see our flag, very minimalistic, which shows sky, black ground and black forest during winter, and the last one is snow. And I will show you a lot of snow pictures, because for you it is exotic. For us it's quite boring to have it half a year. So our population is compared to this region where we are situated. At the moment, I think a small part of Mexico City, it's 1.3 million inhabitants in Estonia. And we have a very old city, Tallinn, which is our capital. It was first mentioned in 13th century. And we are very lucky that wars hasn't destroyed it too much, though we have had guests from several countries, from Denmark, from Sweden, from Russia, from Poland. All they didn't came to Estonia with friendly plans, so they have conquered us. But we got our freedom back in 1918, and after Russian occupation, we got it back in 91. So our medieval city is quite well preserved. And Estonian speaks Estonian language, though the population is so small, and how 1% is 1/3 are Russians in Tallinn, or even more. But we have preserved our language, and Estonians speak quite well also English, Russian, Finnish, and German, because small country they need to communicate with other nations, so it's a must that you must know language. And we are a very green country, 50% on forest. And if to be clear about religion, we should be Lutherans, but I think that, like our design professor said, that others go to church to pray, Estonians go to wood. The cathedral is wood and forest for Estonians. So therefore the name of the book is Wood and the Sea, so Estonians like nature a lot. and we have 2,000 islands, but compared to this, we are very digital. And one reason for being digital is that the distances between villages is very big, and it's cheaper and easier to offer services digitally. Not that the postman must go to every farm or every cottage. It's easier to put wires there and to have internet. So this is how our capital looks in winter. And some words now about creative industry and digital industry in Estonian. So creative industry represents 3% of national's economy, and it is a little bit even higher than European number of creative industry according to per SKT, how to say it. And a lot of creative people work in this industry, in culture and creative industries. And for instance, we are number one to have unicorns per capita. And maybe you know such unicorns like Skype. This comes from Estonia. So, and there are some others like Wise, which is for banking, and Bolt, like Uber and Veriff and some others. So, and the turnover of startups is about 2 billion according to last year. So these are our lovely robots, packaging robots traveling on our snowy streets. And there are a lot of interest about technology and on this field, and there are 300 design-driven micro companies who are busy with product design. Mainly they are creating and producing furniture, lighting, interior and fashion accessories, those micro companies. But in our social guarantees are not very good in this cultural sector. After graduating, a lot of creatives establish their own company because we don't have much industry left, and big companies doesn't hire industrial designers or product designers, so they establish their own companies and they become like designer makers. They design, they produce, they sell, they do everything. But their income is not so good that they could allow themselves to pay all the taxes to get social guarantees like health insurance and others. But at the moment we have elections in Estonia, and I just elected some moments ago. We can elect online. And the proposals from creative unions went to a big discussion because now we demand social rights for having health insurance, and which also then influences later retirement also. So I show you a picture from last century about Estonian costumes, national costumes, which are quite a lot influenced by maybe Germans and Scandinavians. And now let's see what happens if one story, what happened in New York. One Swedish designer went to New York, haven't been in Estonia, never, but she saw there our national ornaments and exhibition about national ornaments. And she created a collection based on this, what she saw. Of course, she didn't do it secretly. She announced that she was so fascinated about Estonian national ornaments and the look, and she presented it. She came to present it also in Estonia. And the right side, you see what is created by Estonian designer. So I am also lecturing in some schools, and I try to persuade designers that try to find your own roots, not copy others. Otherwise, soon other foreigners will come to our country and take our ethnological ornaments and spread it to word. It's better that Estonians are the first ones who will do it. But now, left side is a picture from your crafts market yesterday. And right side, Estonian ornaments. How big difference do you see? Though the kilometers, you counted how many kilometers is our distance? 2,000, 3,000, 10,000? Okay, but you see, the aesthetics is similar. But we are from your Finno-Ugric roots, and here are some art pieces to show the aesthetics of our art from last century. And we don't have very many icons of design. We can't talk like Finnish designers about Aalto and Virkala, but we have some stars coming from Estonia, and one is Walter Zapp, who invented Minox camera. You have seen Bond films, James Bond films. So the tiny camera from there is created by Walter Zapp in 30s, and he tried to find in Tallinn a producer who could produce it and become like investor, and he didn't find it, and he went to Latvia. He found there a very progressive entrepreneur who started to produce it, and now we are struggling with Latvia all the time, who is the owner of Minox camera. But now they are owned by Germans, and it went very well. And later Walter Zapp left Estonia, but came back when he was very old. Before he died, he visited Estonia again. And then we had a very innovative furniture factory started already in 19th century. A lot of Baltic German barons and very rich people also lived in Estonia. They had manor houses there and enterprises, and there was furniture factory where the young owner decided that I want to make the furniture factory bigger, but when I do it, I must do it so innovatively that it can't compare with other furniture factories. And he traveled around the world to try to find where do the furniture factories place, and then moisture-proof bent plywood was started to produce in Estonia, and the glue, a moisture-proof glue was invented. And you see all those bended plywood chairs and furniture came from there, and we were the first who did it from plywood. So we want to believe that even Aalto could use the method, because some of those factories were situated also in Finland, because this Estonian factory made common enterprise in London. It was called Isokon, and a lot of Bauhaus designers were involved in this because it was wartime, and they escaped from Weimar and from Germany because of Nazis. And this nice modern house there in London, which we have visited, offered them accommodation. It was very like new social house. They had only one kitchen, it's downstairs, very famous chef there. Even during bombing London, they had party there with sherry, and Agatha Christie lived there, all kind of Russian spies lived there, Gropius, Marcel Breuer. So, and those all those nice furniture pieces were produced in Tallinn in this Luther factory. So the cooperation was really progressive. And here is one picture from Louis Kahn, who also was born in Estonia, and all what he has done all over the world, in Bangladesh and I don't know all the places in America a lot, were a little bit inspired by one architecture on an island called Saaremaa, an old, like ancient fortress. So when Soviet time was disaster, but some good examples even we got from Soviet times. Unique design was popular because designers graduated from design school and went to work in industry. They could have very nice drawings and designs, but what came out from the production due to the low technical possibilities was really disaster. So it was not very popular to work like a product designer. Then mostly designers worked like graphic designers. But here are some nice pieces, and they are even in museums. And nowadays, a lot of Estonian designers also work abroad. We have Estonia is so small and small market, and not so many possibilities to use all your creation. So this is one designer who worked with Wochi Yamamoto in Japan for a long time. And we have designers working in Mitsubishi at the moment, and Vuitton. And here is one designer who have made clothes to all kinds of stars like Beyonce and Rihanna and other celebrities. She works either in London or in Estonia. And the girl who left Yamamoto went to work in Vuitton. But now some words about our association. It's very small, only 170 members, but we have associations also with textile and architects and interior architects separately. So we unite mostly those designers who are interested in strategical design, production, and not so much art. So, and what are the main activities? They are focused on, like everywhere, raising the society's awareness of efficiency of design in cooperation with public sector and entrepreneurs, developing a user-friendly and sustainable environment, culture and design export, international cooperation, finding income opportunities for designers, and social guarantees for designers. And we are non-profit, and we have to apply funds from Culture Endowment, which belongs to Culture Ministry. And what we are doing, we are organizing competitions, conferences, workshops. We established the Estonian Design Award 2006, and every second year we give the prize. And here sits one jury member from the last Design Award project. Then we of course, have to promote and sell Estonian design outside also our homeland, and therefore we established a shop called Estonian Design House in 2010, and it is in a city center, quite a big shop, and also online. And we are internationally very well connected, so we belong to World Design Organization and Europe Design Organization, where I was on board 6 years, and ID Design for All Europe, because we find that social design and accessibility and universal design are all important. And we have been partnered to very many European projects. And at the moment, we are also a member of a project where we are dealing with human cities and creative works for small and remote places. And then a long time we are organizing Tallinn Design Festival, which is called Design Night. At first we thought that in Estonia there is so few design, maybe one night is enough to show it, but the longest design night have been 1 month. So, and the international projects, what we have been active, one was very effective with Finnish companies. So 10 Finnish companies gave brief to 10 Estonian designers to design one missing or one product to their collection, and then Estonian producers produced it, and we got a nice collection of nearly 20 new products what we exhibited in Estonia and in Finland. And one useful project for social design was Cities for All, Tallinn for All. It was a project with the aim to make Tallinn accessible and more functional, and a lot of international experts came to teach us, and organized also European Innovation Festival, gave design management award, organized European Design Management Award Gala, and were part of it. And now, yes, Human Cities with leading Polimi from Milan is the leading partner, but there are several others. Oh, bad picture, sorry. And we are also organizing a design day for 8 years already. So one day, February 23rd, is in Estonian Design Day. So we make a design quiz or some events, and designers can open their studios and make reportage from their studios. And because we say also, everybody knows singers and actors by face, but nobody knows Estonia designers by face. So to activate that they are more visible. So now some words from Art Academy, and if I'm telling something wrong, please, professors from Art Academy, correct me. But I got this from rector from Art Academy with greetings. So this is the house, established 1914. Here you see all the numbers. At the moment, 4 big faculties: architecture, design, art, culture, fine arts. And very many partner universities, 150. And they are also member of very many international organizations. I think you are also in Cumulus, yes? Yeah. And of course, compared with your numbers, we don't have very many students, but still, and we have also international students. This academy is quite popular among international students. Only 1,200 students, and 10% are foreign students. So the doors are open for Mexican students also. Yes, 43 nationalities, quite a lot. So, and now in this delegation, most of the professors represent this branch, research. And there are 3 labs. And we represent here a lab called DIMA. But as they will talk about their activities in their lectures, I will not stay on this more. Yes, there are cooperation also with Music and Theatre and Baltic Film Media School. So combining creative practices and research is also in focus. Okay, here are some pictures of our design shops, and you can learn more if you search estoniandesignhouse.com. And there are nearly 3,000 designers with a university degree, and about 300 design-driven micro companies. And the main fields, like traditionally, have been furniture, lighting, interior, fashion, and fashion accessories. But of course, digital is now leading in this field. There is very much demand, and a lot of people are studying now IT. I will show you some pictures that you could see how Estonian design look like. A lot of handmade or half-handmade patterns, very natural materials, good craft skills, and also combined with nowadays technologies. And of course, demand is zero waste attitude. So as you see, our colors are very minimalistic, as we don't see other colors than gray, black, and white. Here we noticed that there are even more colors. fashion industry have been very popular all the time, and now it's like second stage where people are interested because of the recycling and reuse, and it gives a lot of challenges to the fashion designers nowadays, as you saw at a show curated by Red House today. And here are even architects are doing design, like you see woolen jumpers, and the willingness of experiment. So as you see, a lot of fashion, natural materials, even hand watch from wood. And felt is very popular in Estonia, and natural leather, minimalistic shape. Ceramics, I must say that during Soviet times we had really big factories. If we could use the possibilities now, it would be good, but designers must find the producers. It's quite difficult to find enterprise who want to invest and to cooperate also. Yes. And furniture is a traditional field where Estonian craftsmanship have been successful. And you see felt used in several forms. And innovativeness and such things are important also, and fun. In design always there must be also fun. And the other thing besides fun, of course, is usability and functionalism, and you can collapse the things that it's easier to transport. Plywood is very, very, very popular. And yes, as I said, functionality, but also beauty and aesthetics. And here are examples of furniture designers who didn't found a company and producer who would like to use their designs. They decided, okay, let's make the furniture enterprise by ourselves. And now they are really quite successful, even exporting. Of course, they don't produce by themselves, but they assemble and design. And there are some examples of foldable things and pictures from fairs, soft furniture. And lighting, at the moment, not very many designers on this field, but those who are active on this field make also quite innovative things, and restoring a lot also old lightings and chandeliers. And important thing is to design for children, and this is one important thing, to be natural, to use natural materials. Industrial design, due to the fact that we don't have in the industry too much left, so there aren't very many examples, but here is one example of electric vehicle called Stigo, who was produced in China, and Chinese people stole the idea and got red dot for it in China. And then this news went to New York Times, where those two vehicles were side by side. One was original, other was copied. And the designer is quite old now. He said, if I could be 10 years younger, I got like millions of job offers after this event. And yes, for lazy people who forget to give water to their plants, there is Click and Grow, and you can have your basilica from there and flowers. And some harbor design, which are containers who have water, electricity, and what else, power plugs, and this is a packaging robot done by Cleveron. But Tallinn itself, it's a very well preserved medieval city, and it's listed as UNESCO World Heritage Site. So, but the historical buildings are side by side by modern architecture, and we quite like to make like hybrid and eclectic architecture which combines old with modern touch. But here are houses which are built or which are designed like not like architect designs, but like designer designs. It means that they are prefabricated in production company, and then it takes some hours or less than a day to put it in a location what is wanted. Only need is that you have power and for water, the tubes. And there left you see a house from mirrors, so also very popular. You can take to a lakeside or wherever in the forest. And some famous people like our design. So this is David Beckham sitting in front of our igloo sauna. And then some other actors from all over the world have ordered to have the same igloo sauna in their courtyard. And as I said, of course, digital design and service design are the nowadays most rapidly developing fields. And to be honest, the public sector is the biggest client for design, especially in service development process. And for instance, we, as I told you, have elections online. We have government online. It was even before Corona, when everybody already went online. We make taxes online, so it takes only 5 minutes to get to know how much you must pay or get back from profit. So we have so used to it, and it's like human right to have internet everywhere. So sometimes when I come to the country where it's not, I don't speak about Mexico. The internet is very good here, but then we are not very happy. So and more digital designers get work in service design and make services user-friendly and people-oriented. And then also in cooperation with public sector, we started to develop Estonian design policy even already in 2002. We had a partner from Denmark with whom we created the design policy document, but our government didn't still financed the result. And at least it was a good document and our next activities were based on this document. So as I told us, as a small country we must make ourselves visible, and therefore our association is like a design promoter, and there is a list of countries and cities where we have been exhibited. One exhibition brand what we created was called Size Doesn't Matter. Like Estonia is small, but some achievements are quite good. And with this we traveled in maybe 8 countries. And then we have had Estonian design days like here abroad in London, Washington, Tokyo, Yokohama, Valencia, World Design Capital, and now here we are, Mexico City. And here you can see Retau's collection before Washington Fashion Design Week show. And here are some clothing from other designers what we had with us. So, and the main export articles I already mentioned. And here are simply some pictures from different countries where we have exhibited. And it is always due to the good connections and network, because as I was active in European Design Association, so we made deal with other board member from Vienna. Let's exchange exhibitions. So we exhibited Austrian design in Tallinn, and here we have possibility to exhibit Estonian design in Museum Quartier in Vienna. Here is taking part in Milan Design Week. Then we had design days in London during London Design Week with the music and concert and fashion show. Here are pictures from Brussels Design Flanders Gallery. Then we were invited to Paris and had exhibition and conference made by RED at La Cité de la Mode et du Design. And this connection came in a very interesting way. Like we had architecture competition to build Estonian National Museum in Tartu. And one architect who lives in Paris was participating in this project and told to her friend who was working in Cité de la Mode et Design that Estonian design is so good that you must exhibit it in your house. And I got phone call from Paris. Do you want to exhibit in Paris in Cité de la Mode et Design? I said, sure. And it was during when Estonia got 100 years celebrations, and we were part of the program. And then we also were invited to participate in Venice Design Biennale, which is part of or parallel with Architecture Biennale. And now we are going with this exhibition here, Material 2, to Venice Design Biennale in June. But here are previous. Then we had connections, got from Paris exhibition connection with Marseille, Le Corbusier house, which very well connected us to this Bauhaus style, and our Luther factory, who was creating bending plywood, and we exhibited in this house. Then we had, together with Estonian Enterprise Estonia, a plan for go to Japan market, and we took 23 micro companies to Tokyo Interior Fair in Japan, and let's say that half of them got contacts and further plans agents who could represent them in nearest future, and RED even started to open production there in Japan factory. Our designers were very satisfied because Japan is so demanding market. We were very worried how could our small country's design could fit there, but our aesthetics is very similar, this minimalism and monochrome aesthetics. So, and then we created a brand called Second Chance. It is like bringing sustainable design from Estonia to different countries, and first was then Venice, and we exhibited products what were done from previous products, like to say. So there are like production from military tents, or then fashion products from jeans, what you have seen at the fashion show today, or products from recycled plastic bottles, or seats of used skateboards, or coats made of wool and Soviet blankets, coats made of new wool jacquards, and also decorated with Swarovski crystals. And yes, all kind of fashion products from textile leftovers, and also felt used leftovers from felt. And yes, it was funny brooches are made out of also that email bots collected from scarp yards. And then one designer is designing from charcoal and broken glass of cars. So here is a piece from old Toyota. And the whole exhibition was designed so that we used cardboard cylinders, and you see from the left side the furniture is made from those cylinders, and all the furniture in the exhibition was made from those. And then Estonian Academy of Art showed in Venice the final works of ceramics, metal, and all kind of other fields of design, and got a very nice collection for Fotografiska restaurant. Some pictures. So, and the next place for having our exhibition was Valencia last year, when Valencia was design capital. And here is head of World Design Capital, and we had a conference also there exhibiting explaining what we are doing in Estonia. So some pictures from exhibition, and some school works back on the wall. So all those clothes are made from chocolate paper, chocolate silver paper leftovers. Or for ice cream, you have those silver papers. So yeah, foils. Yes. And then we brought this exhibition also to Estonia. So, and about our design festival, which is now 18th time, will take place. So usually, yes, it goes all over the city. Here is one object during festival. And exhibitions from design schools, from international organizations, from interior design architecture, cathedra. Here are examples of ceramics. And always we have also fashion show. And Italian embassy have asked for several years to organize Italian Design Day, and they are also helping to bring good exhibitions, like was last year, also bring this year. And then the book, what some people already know, Woods and the Sea, is about Estonian designers, and I explained why the name is Woods and the Sea. And it is available. It tells the stories about 30 designers and a little bit about design history. And now you will see some the common faces. So these are pictures from last design festival. Sergio Davila taking part in a panel discussion which is held by Päivi Tahko-Kallio from Finland, and they were discussing about biodesign. And here are some pictures, and the theme was green being. And fashion show by your students. Are they here? Okay. Yes, they exhibited in this old industrial building their works, and also showed us some fashion. And they took part in Pecha show, talked about their activities. They took part also in quiz, and they won. They were very clever, must say, yes. This is also your graduate, yeah, probably, yeah, yes. And here's some people from your country. And now I will show you one video with sound. Here comes.
Pedimos sonido, por favor.
gracias. And of course, if you have questions, so feel free to ask, and all our delegation is here, so you can ask from them. And everybody is welcome to take part in the next design festival, because we are cooperating with one UK platform, ArtsFred, which collects works from design graduates on their digital platform. And last time also we asked those Mexican students to upload their works on this platform, and we exhibited Mexican students' work together with works from all over the world. So if you graduate, take a look at this ArtsFred link, and there are different categories, and upload your work there. And with this platform, you could exhibit if your work is according to the theme, which next year will be, or this year will be Design 4.0, talking about AI and possibilities that designers should lose their work. It's not possible to compete with all those computers. But yes, if you have questions, if somebody's got inspiration, wants to come to our snowy country, then please ask.
Sorry, ma'am, where are you headed?
I'm 36 years old. To my husband.
No advertise. The computer.
Somebody talks to
You're a beautiful woman.
do you want to see a movie?
So just to make a point about that, no, we have the possibility to enter to ArtsFred. That is a platform where graduates can show their work. So if you have some projects that you want to put over there, or if you want to have some information, I can help you with, to the students. And if we have any questions, I can bring the microphone to you. I can translate also. Si alguien tiene preguntas, les puedo apoyar. Jerry.
Yo tengo el... Gracias. Las hicimos en español para que... ¿Sí? Well, thank you very much for the conference. Well, we are here very motivated to have new ideas from all around the world. So all your community of designers, like being here for us is very exciting, and we are very happy to have you here. So welcome to the university. My name is Gerardo Arzate. Everybody calls me Jerry. I'm industrial designer and professor of sustainable innovation products, but I have many questions. I will send it by email because there are many. But the first one is there any possibility to have to buy the book, the Woods and Design book? Woods and Sea, right? The Woods and Sea book, is it on Amazon or something? Okay. Okay, super, thanks. And talking about the design process, do you have some kind of like basic methodology you work around, or some kind of reference you could share to the students? I mean, my students today were asking in my class if you work similar to the way we work here. Of course, well, I will be happy if you have some kind of advice or some kind of methodology basis you could share with the students.
I have been lecturing in some schools, and my topics have been design management and design for all. and not so much about sustainable design, but about activities, but yes, mostly about design for all and design management. And then, of course, to share experience about our activities, how to manage to go abroad and how to make these international conferences or exhibitions, give some advice simply, but not methodology, not the methodology about it, but more about design management and design for all. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, thank you very much. I'm stunned. No, I'm really first. You are at least in population, without talking of geographical size. You are 100 times smaller than us. And if Mexico, and in Mexico you throw a stone, for sure you want to hit some community. And over there, you just told us that the distance between communities is pretty large. I mean, I'm amazed to see those, how do you call them, packaging robots. So there's a point that you just brought up about the income of freelancers, design freelancers, because out of 1.3 million inhabitants, you have a little bit more, 1,300 designers. I don't know if I understood that the right way, but then again, how do you are facing this challenge for having students of design in order to grant them, because you have even a goal from your association is to ensure the better income or for the designers. So I found that very interesting. If you can talk to us a little bit more. And also you mentioned, if I didn't mishear, Tapio Virkala, or no? Tapio Virkala. Just as a reference, yeah, because he is my, yes, I know him. He's my idol. He's the reason I'm here right now, standing after 40 years of industrial design. So, well, that's my question to, if you can talk us or tell us more about this challenge that your designers, as soon as they go out from school, how do they face it? How do you, as Stalin University or as the Industrial Association of Design, how do you impulse them, motivate them? What is going on over there in that way?
Yeah, thanks you for your question, and thank you not falling asleep during my lecture. But yes, after graduating, a lot of graduates come to our association. They have used with very good workshops in academy. They have used with very good digital programs in academy. But when they leave the house, they are on their own. They must buy programs for their computers. They don't have 3D printers anymore, and so it's a slight shock maybe after graduating. But those who use Erasmus exchange program, usually they are like more experienced, and they already have created contacts abroad, maybe to look for export also. But at first, after graduating, our association offers such things like it is grant for social grant, which we get from Ministry of Culture according per NASE how many we have members in on our association, and this is minimal salary, something 700 euros for half year. So, and then they can apply once more, and then 2 years must be break, and then they can apply more. But when we don't use this money for giving those social grants, we can then give this money to designers according, of course, to applications like grants. So for projects, but for social grant is mostly to buy food and to get somehow. And then we have design. We have culture endowment. It belongs to culture ministry. It is fund which gets money from drinking, smoking, casinos, everything what creative people do. So it's a recycling economy. We invest in this fund, and 4 times a year they can apply for our projects and all kind of things. But now at the moment we are struggling because design like program is missing. We are under architecture headline, and we are not very happy about it, that architects decide about design future. So it's on the table of our culture minister, and let's see what will happen. As we're a small country, every minister and our president, it's far from one phone call. So we all know each other. It's like club. So it's very easy, and we are very low democracy, no hierarchy. So we can approach very easily deciders, and we are very often invited to be on board and give input for Enterprise Estonia, for ministry, for like we did design policy for design with Ministry of Economy. So, but it doesn't always is so glorious. Of course, talk, but not very much implementation. But at least raising the awareness.
Bueno, rápidamente, nada más es interesante la forma en cómo hay muchos apoyos en Estonia. A lo mejor por acá no hay tantos apoyos en ese sentido, pero algo que me parece muy importante de lo que dijo Ilona es la movilidad, ¿no? Los intercambios, cómo esa posibilidad, en Europa está esta posibilidad de Erasmus, ¿no? Que te vas de movilidad a cualquier lugar de Europa, dentro de Europa. Pero en México, aquí en la UAM, tenemos ese programa de movilidad que nos ayuda a ver qué está pasando en nuestros otros lugares, y que eso es lo que les ha ayudado a los diseñadores de Estonia a salir del país, a encontrar otras industrias y a poder colaborar con ellos. Entonces me parece algo importante que todos nos quede claro, ¿no? Que abrir estas posibilidades nos da esos contactos, esas posibilidades de colaborar y que pues, nos desarrollemos mejor profesionalmente. Tenemos otra pregunta por acá.
Good afternoon. My name is Edgar Quiles. I'm an industrial designer specialized in transportation design and entrepreneurship. And I was watching the slide that you shown that in Estonia there is there is a high average of unicorns. I'm not aware if these unicorns born and raised in Estonia, but what I am aware is that you got the e-visa from 2017 maybe, and this visa that tries to bring a lot of people digital to Estonia, it's bringing, I guess, a lot of entrepreneurs. How this entrepreneurial mindset is changing designers? How is the designers built now in Estonia that entrepreneurship is everywhere?
No, I'm not sure did I understood everything what you said, but really what I forgot to mention that everybody can apply for Estonian citizenship. Mm-hmm. You could get e-citizenship from Estonia. Even Obama has it. So, and it gives you possibility to work easily in Estonia, so you will have a bank account and everything. You can make business through Estonian digital network. But industrial designers don't enjoy being industrial designers in our country because the challenges, not so many challenges on this field. So they would like more to cooperate with big and technological industries, but no, you saw robots and some packaging machines. Of course, then the industrial designers are involved, but they usually then we have only few industrial design companies who sell consultancies to furniture industry or then to some other industrial fields. So if you say that are designers worried, they are worried because they don't have work.
they don't have problems to solve?
They don't have problems to solve, and of course, and a lot of graduates who have graduated even from design and engineering from Tallinn Technical University. We have one branch there. They, after graduation, they start designing earrings because simply they don't have work on this field. And therefore, we created this Estonian Design House where we represent nearly 130 designers, where at least they can show and sell their brands. And we help them to find clients, and through us come also job offers. So we then, when we get some job offer, then we send to the company some names with, and help them to connect them. But yes, yes, the lack of industry and lack of resources to hire designer. Because I made one quiz among furniture designers. We belong to the cluster of furniture design for some years. That why don't you use professional designers for creating collections? And mostly it's lack of resources. It's easier to do it by self on the basis of what they see on the fairs. But not everybody, of course. We have very good examples also, but a very long time Estonia was a country of sub-contrary works, made works for IKEA, for Swedish brands, and they didn't thought about to have their own collection, because they didn't know that all those rich countries will go away from Estonia because our salaries are raising so quickly that they can't compete with Poland or with other countries. And so now they don't have work and they don't have resources to create their own collection with the help of designers. So yeah, it's a lack of professional industrial design activities in Estonia.
¿Alguna otra pregunta? ¿No? ¿Seguros? A ver, vamos a darle. One student.
Hi, I'm Mitchell. I'm part of the staff of the Estonian Design Days. I want to know more about the beginnings of the Estonian Design House. Why did you start to travel together, to work in team, and why you decided to found this collective of designers?
Yeah, the reason is that our Estonia is so small, our market is so small, and the capabilities and the knowledge of a design graduate about marketing or about international relationships is quite low. And what is problem with Estonians? They're so shy. They don't know how to sell themselves. They can sell their neighbor and they can promote their colleague, but they don't have the skills to promote themselves, and therefore this is our task, Estonian Design Association and Estonian Design House, which took the lead to be Estonian design promoter. And I must say that all those our travels and all those our projects abroad or in Estonia have connected the designers themselves so much that they have started to create like common projects also. Like we created this Estonian Design House. It was two-storied house at seaside. Where upstairs there were studios and our office, and downstairs there's cafe and our gallery, and several designers worked there together. We started also with Red there, and it connects people, and we have the same purpose, and it's the reason to come together and join forces to make Estonian design more visible and take advantage from that to make money from what you do every day. So yes, collective has the force, and we are very, very satisfied. And as we have heard, our designers also, we give them possibility to be in the shop like during Estonian Design Days. There are, for instance, 4 designers salespeople and talking to clients, and that also Estonian people get to know by face our designers. It's the purpose, and be more bold to take contact with them.
Thank you. I think we have one last question, and then we can maybe move on to the exhibition.
Thank you. It's not a question. I would say in behalf of, in the words of, or through the person of our professors here, we happen to organize an international design congress every year. And I would like you, or some of you, this year topic would be sustainability and sustainability. So by hearing you and watching what I have seen so far from your exposition, I would love to have 5-10 minutes to, now that you're here in Mexico, to have the opportunity to talk about it, and maybe to have your presence is online, so you don't have to call all the way from Mexico once again. But that's it. It's an invitation. Thank you a lot.
Thank you a lot, and this was the purpose of our visit here also, to not to start cooperation but to continue cooperation. And as I heard already, some steps towards textile and some other activities have been made. So thank you very much, and of course we will be very honored to take part in such international conferences. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and just talking further about that, like if you know more teachers, or if you know somebody else from the community that will be interested to have these talks or to join research programs or do things like that, that's one of the purpose of this collaboration, no? To make external linkages and to link projects that we have, the events that we have, with people that is coming from other places. So of course, well, thanks a lot, Ilona. And thanks also for our visitors, no, that are over here. We are going to continue now. Well, let me explain it in Spanish. Vamos a continuar ahora con el recorrido por la exhibición de El L, en donde nos van a explicar, están de este lado Cart y Jus, que estuvieron a cargo del el montaje, el diseño de la exhibición y la curaduría de todos los proyectos. Entonces nos van a ir explicando proyecto por proyecto. Me gustaría también anunciar que ellos dos tienen una conferencia mañana a las 2 de la tarde, en donde nos van a contar un poco de diseño de exhibiciones, de su trabajo, pero también nos quieren hablar muy en especial sobre una maestría que hay en la Universidad de Artes de Estonia, en Tallinn, y que es una maestría en inglés, que tiene posibilidades para que entren mexicanos graduados de por acá, y bueno, nos van a contar todas esas posibilidades en esa exhibición, en esa conferencia, perdón. Será a las 2 de la tarde en el auditorio del L1, el que está al fondo, enfrente del baño de hombres. Entonces los esperamos también ahí en esa exhibición. ¿Algún otro anuncio? Nada más. Bueno, pues damos mucho las gracias y let's go to the walk around the exhibition and to see what did you bring for us this time. Thank you.